that, how much competition does it add to the group when other guys do see, oh wow, this guy's pretty explosive. Now I got to maybe work on that a little bit more.
Well, to me, it's a similar situation we had in the spring, but you had in Miles and you had in LeRae, where guys are, competing to make the most plays. So again, we talk about, being assignment sound and ball security and different things like that, but we also say how many explosive plays can you make? How much of a game changer can you do? So again, it's a pride thing, and it's a, more of a pride thing as far as I'm concerned, to make sure, hey, can I match what this guy does? But, LeRae's, he's a special talent as far as the speed is concerned. Again, we need to harness that and make it productive in our system.
How much do you feel like the guys, and I think they talked about, and you talked about in the spring, just having a more consistent, really more effective run game. How much do you feel like the guys are maybe just kind of embracing that this fall again, as you talk about kind of a point of pride thing?
Yeah, we are embracing it, and it's on me, to get these guys fired up, get them excited about it, and get them to enjoy the grind of becoming, one of the better running teams in the Big Ten, and in the nation as far as I'm concerned. I told them no longer am I looking for, a couple guys with 200-300 yards and a guy with 400 or 500 yards. I said we try to get half a 1,000-yard back, a marquee guy with some strong support guys. So again, now everybody's vying for that because they know it's not a situation where we may be rotating 3 or 4 guys. It might be 2 or 3, maybe 2.
On the other hand, unlike quarterback, where everybody wants to just have one clear person,
Exactly.
it seemed like a lot of teams have been real successful to have 2 800-yard guys or something like that. And Tevin and Stephen, they're competing. And you mentioned earlier about LeRae. I just wonder if the freshmen can, if they're going to be special teams people or return people, or if they can actually, play in the rotation.
Well, and that's to be determined. And a lot of that's, again, on me and what I do to get these guys prepared. Working with a talent like LeRae. That speed is a premium that I don't think people will be stunned when they see it, because it's a world-class thing to see. It's like, wow, unbelievable. And I talk about us having a 1,000-yard type guy because Tevin is that. And Tevin could be a 12, 15 carry yard. 12, 15 carry a game guy who has over 100 yards because he's that explosive, that strong. So it's exciting to see, how this thing is going to shake out during this year.
It was almost implied, and maybe you just love that. Coach is talking about, I think our offensive line is pretty good, leading to the fact that if we're going to be a good running team, I think it's almost without saying, the running backs need to help us out here.
And that's the thing, getting guys comfortable with their reads and things like that. And I think we have it, guys comfortable with the reads and what we're doing. Now what I'm trying to do is have them dig down and make it a point of emphasis to run with some physicality and run with a chip on their shoulder. And I think we're getting closer and closer to that. When you add in the element of competition, nobody is complacent. And every day guys got to fight. And up to this moment, you get a couple guys like a Tevin Coleman every day since we've started camp. He's made big plays. Plays that make you say, wow, every day.
It was interesting, your coach, he would say, it's not about skill, it's not about physical or talent, he talked about attitude. And I know that's a very ephemeral thing to define, but how do you, develop an attitude? Because that seemed like that would be sort of difficult to do beyond the other stuff.
Exactly. But it's getting a mindset, and letting guys know that every day is a new day. So what you did yesterday, yeah, that's fine, but what are you going to do today? And then you cultivate that with competition in that room too. Because how can I have a dominant attitude when I'm not getting pushed every day? Not only by my coach, but at the other guys in my position. So if you're just this lead guy and nobody else is even of that type of caliber, I don't think you can really cultivate that attitude. The situation we have, Stephen is probably playing overall better than what he's played in the past because he can't rest on one rep. He can't rest at all. A LeRae type guy will come in there and he might get 10. I'm just making this up. He might get 10 reps of practice or 8 reps of practice in team setting, and 2 of them are 80-yard runs that no one could have made.
And he sounds like he's really a different He's just a different kind of component, different kind of running back than the two other guys.
Yes, he's a slighter built than the other guys. Although he's almost 190 pounds, he's taller. So you would almost think he was a little slight guy, but I mean he's 188, 190 pounds. But he's not the physical specimen that a Tevin or Steven type is.
Quarter mile is evil though. He ran the quarter. You have to be a strong man to do that.
How much? I guess in terms of developing him, how much do you maybe balance the speed with trying to get more physicality out of him? I mean, do you ever really want him to be that big, be able to bruise? I guess, or do you always want him to sort of stay on that speed course?
Well, I mean, I want that speed course, and he's always going to have that. But I think I'm taking a similar mindset that I had with Tevin. Tevin was a very fast, maybe not at this speed, but Tevin is still an exceptional, has exceptional speed. But just giving him the tools to be able to run inside, because he's going to have to do that at some point. And I don't want him to shy away from contact. And understand that he can use the speed as a weapon when he runs up through there, especially because it's not like he's a 150-pound kid. He's a 190-pound guy. Pretty strong too, obviously.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, you mentioned Steven. What kind of effect are you seeing this have on him, and how is he finally becoming the practice player you guys have always wanted him to be, or is there still a way for him to go?
Well, I mean, all of them. None of these guys are, at the finished product stage at this point. I think they ever will be. But I think the increasing competition across the board is just making these guys up their game. And especially having young guys come in. Ray Smith, obviously, with his speed. Miles Graham, who is a bruiser. I mean, he is a load. He take one cut, man, he moves in the pound. Those are things that excite our program. So, and the guys who are already in our room know that. So they know, okay, I need to get my stuff together too.
Do you see Steven in particular getting it together?
Yes, I've seen Steven in particular. I mean, the biggest thing is with Steven's size, speed, and strength, I think he should be a much more dominant runner as far as being physical. And I've seen that over the last couple of days. I've seen it today in practice. I mean, he's tearing through, exploding through guys. He ran over 2-3 guys on one run today. So those are things I point out to him and say, I know it's in you. You just need to see it more consistent.
Is there kind of an element for him too? I mean, just maybe a recognition that I know you want to bring it every year, but this is my last year. It seems like seniors maybe